Imagine you are standing in your kitchen at 8 p.m. holding a simple glass of water, but instead of just hydration, that liquid acts like a high pressure garden hose, rinsing away the microscopic cobwebs and toxic sludge that have been cluttering your thoughts all day. It sounds like science fiction, but every single night, a literal plumbing system in your brain opens up to wash away the metabolic waste, including the specific proteins linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. Yet, for most of us, that faucet is barely a drip because of how we spend our final hours before bed. It is a frustrating reality that as we get older, we are told that senior moments or a foggy memory are just part of the deal, like gray hair or creaky knees. We've been led to believe that cognitive decline is an invisible, unstoppable force. But the hidden culprit isn't just age, it's a breakdown in our brain's waste management department. When this system fails, those toxins stay trapped, simmering in your brain tissue and slowly suffocating your neurons. The good news is that we can flip the switch back on. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to trigger this deep cleaning cycle with a specific evening ritual that scrubs your brain while you sleep. We're going to look at the biology of the glymphatic system and the one specific 8 p.m. glass that makes it all possible. Before we dive into the science of this brainwash, I'd love to know who I'm talking to today. Where are you joining us from? I always find it incredible how we can gather a community of health conscious folks from all over the world in one digital living room. And if you find this kind of deep dive into senior health useful, consider subscribing to our channel. We try to share the kind of practical, evidence-based tips that often get skipped over in a standard 10-minute doctor's appointment. We're all in this together. So let's get into the heart of how your brain stays clean. To understand why this 8 p.m. drink is so vital, we first have to talk about the glymphatic system, a term most people have never heard of, despite it being perhaps the most important discovery in neuroscience in the last decade. Think of your brain during a day like a busy restaurant kitchen. It's frantic, productive, and inevitably it gets messy. Scraps of protein, metabolic leftovers, and chemical byproducts pile up on the floors of your synapses. If that kitchen isn't scrubbed at night, the grease builds up until the whole operation shuts down. In the human brain, this grease is primarily something called Amyloid-beta. A landmark study published in the journal Science by Dr. Mike and Nedergaard at the University of Rochester revealed that during sleep, the space between our brain cells increases by a staggering 60%, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to rush in and flush these toxins into the circulatory system to be excreted. Imagine your brain cells literally shrinking a little bit to let a refreshing river flow through the gaps, carrying away the trash of the day. If you don't facilitate this flow, you're essentially sleeping in a cluttered room that never gets cleaned. To get that river flowing at maximum capacity, we need to look at our first brain scrubbing ally, Tart cherry juice. Now, I'm not talking about the sugary cherry cocktail you find in the juice aisle, but pure Tart Montmorency cherry juice. This isn't just a tasty treat, it's a biological trigger. The reason this works so effectively is its natural concentration of exogenous melatonin and procyanidins. According to research conducted at Louisiana State University, seniors with insomnia who drank Tart cherry juice twice a day increased their sleep time by nearly 90 minutes and improved sleep efficiency significantly. By increasing the duration of deep, slow wave sleep, you are essentially giving your glymphatic system a longer cleaning shift to get the job done. Picture your brain's cleaning crew finally having enough time to reach the back corners of the room rather than being forced to clock out early. To make this work for you, try pouring about 4 to 6 ounces of unsweetened Tart cherry juice at 8 p.m. It's a simple swap for that late night snack that provides the chemical signal your brain needs to start the rinse cycle. If Tart cherry juice isn't your speed, let's talk about the mineral master, which is magnesium-rich water. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral, but its role in dementia prevention is much more clinical than that. It helps regulate the neurotransmitters that calm the nervous system, but more importantly, it maintains the integrity of the blood-brain barrier. A massive study published in the European Journal of Epidemiology followed over 1,000 adults and found that those with the highest magnesium intake had a 37% lower risk of developing dementia compared to those with the lowest intake. Imagine your brain's protective shield becoming porous and brittle like a rusted fence. Magnesium is the reinforcement that keeps the wrong things out while helping the trash get out. You can create magnesium water by adding a scoop of magnesium glycinate powder to a glass of filtered water. It has a mild, clean taste and acts as a gentle sedative for your neurons. By drinking this at 8 p.m., you are priming your vascular system to dilate properly, which is essential for that cerebrospinal fluid to move effectively through the brain's channels. As we move through these options, you might be wondering why the timing is so specific. Why 8 p.m.? It's because your body operates on a circadian rhythm, a biological clock that dictates when every organ performs its specific tasks. If you drink these fluids too late, you'll be waking up to use the bathroom, which breaks your sleep architecture and halts the glymphatic cleaning process. If you drink them too early, the peak nutrient levels in your blood might fade before you actually hit the pillow. We want to hit that Goldilocks zone where the nutrients are circulating just as your brain begins its nightly expansion. If you're finding this information empowering so far, please do give this video a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people who might be worried about their memory and looking for natural, science-backed solutions. Next, we have a heavy hitter that many people dismiss as a grandmother's remedy, but the science says otherwise. Chamomile infused with a pinch of Apigenin. Chamomile tea is famous for relaxation, but the real star here is a flavonoid called Apigenin. Research published in the journal Molecular Pharmaceutics suggests that Apigenin can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and promote the formation of new neurons while protecting existing ones from oxidative stress. It's like providing your brain with a high-tech coating that prevents toxins from sticking to the walls of your arteries. Think of your neurons like delicate silk threads. Apigenin is a protective spray that keeps them from fraying over time. To get the best results, steep 2 bags of high-quality chamomile tea for at least 10 minutes to ensure you're pulling out all those beneficial compounds, and sip it slowly around that 8 p.m. mark. It signals to your fight or flight system that the day is over and it's time for the rest and digest, and more importantly, the rest and rinse phase to begin. Now, while what we put into the glass matters, we also need to talk about what we need to keep out of it. If your 8 p.m. drink involves alcohol, even just a small nightcap to help you fall asleep, you are unfortunately putting a padlock on your brain's cleaning system. While alcohol might make you drowsy, it is a neurotoxin that specifically disrupts the slow wave sleep required for glymphatic clearance. A study published in Nature Communications involving over 36,000 adults found that even moderate alcohol consumption, as little as 1 drink a day, was associated with reductions in overall brain volume, essentially shrinking the very organ we are trying to protect. Imagine trying to wash your car with muddy water. That's essentially what happens when you try to clean your brain with alcohol in your system. The toxins can't be flushed out because the system is too busy dealing with the ethanol you just introduced. If you're used to a glass of wine in the evening, try swapping it for that tart cherry juice in a wine glass. You keep the ritual, you keep the flavor profile, but instead of shrinking your brain, you're scrubbing it. Speaking of scrubbing, let's look at a spicy alternative that has been used for centuries, but is now being validated by modern labs: golden milk or turmeric-infused warm water. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin, which is perhaps the most studied natural anti-inflammatory in the world. What's fascinating regarding dementia is curcumin's ability to physically bind to those amyloid-beta plaques. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry showed that seniors who took a highly absorbable form of curcumin twice a day improved their memory scores by 28% over 18 months and showed significantly less plaque buildup in brain scans. Imagine curcumin as a little magnetic scrub brush that finds the sticky toxins in your brain and helps pull them away so the glymphatic fluid can wash them down the drain. To make this an 8 p.m. ritual, mix half a teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper. The pepper is crucial because it increases curcumin absorption by 0% into warm water, or a bit of unsweetened almond milk. It's a warm, earthy hug for your nervous system that pays massive dividends for your long-term clarity. I know that making changes at this stage of life can feel daunting. When you're dealing with joint pain or the fatigue that comes from years of hard work, the idea of adding one more thing to your routine might feel like a chore. But I want you to look at this not as a chore, but as an investment in your independence. Protecting your brain is the single most important thing you can do to ensure you stay the captain of your own ship for decades to come. Every sip of these cleaning drinks is a vote for your future self, a vote for more birthdays where you remember everyone's name, more trips where you can navigate new cities with ease, and more evenings spent in deep, meaningful conversation with the people you love. Let's move on to a lesser known but incredibly powerful addition to your evening glass, sulforaphane, which you can get from a simple broccoli sprout tea or even just a supplement added to water. I know broccoli tea doesn't sound as appetizing as cherry juice, but hear me out. Sulforaphane is a potent activator of the NRF2 pathway, which is the body's strongest internal antioxidant defense. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that sulforaphane can help protect the brain from inflammation and oxidative stress, which are the primary drivers of cognitive decline. Think of it as upgrading your brain's waste processing plant to the latest, most efficient model. It doesn't just help the fluid move, it helps the fluid break down the trash more effectively. If the taste is too green for you, you can find sulforaphane drops that are virtually tasteless to add to your 8 p.m. water. It's a small clinical addition that provides a massive biological shield. As we go through this list, remember that you don't have to do all of these. The key is consistency with one. Whether you choose the Tart cherry juice for its melatonin, the magnesium water for its nerve calming properties, or the golden milk for its plaque fighting power, the goal is to make it a non-negotiable part of your evening. We are building a sleep hygiene fortress. Another vital factor to consider is the temperature of what you're drinking. Believe it or not, drinking something slightly warm or at room temperature is often better for this 8 p.m. ritual than an ice cold beverage. A slightly warm drink can help lower your core body temperature by inducing vasodilation, opening up your blood vessels. This drop in core temperature is a key biological signal to your brain that it's time to enter the deep sleep phases where the glymphatic system is most active. According to the National Sleep Foundation, a drop in core temperature is essential for initiating sleep. So when you're sipping that chamomile or golden milk, you're not just getting the nutrients, you're using the warmth to trick your body into a deeper state of repair. Now, let's talk about the hydration paradox. You might be thinking, if I drink a big glass of something at 8 p.m., won't I be up all night using the bathroom? This is a valid concern, especially as our bladder capacity can change as we age. The secret is micro-sipping. Instead of gulping down 12 ounces in one go, take that 8 p.m. glass and sip it slowly over the course of 30 minutes. This allows your body to absorb the fluid and nutrients more effectively without overwhelming your kidneys all at once. According to research in the Journal of Physiology, slow hydration leads to better cellular fluid retention than rapid bolus drinking. Imagine a slow, steady rain soaking into the soil versus a flash flood that just runs off the surface. We want that rain to soak into your brain cells, giving them the volume they need to facilitate that nightly wash. By 8:30 p.m., you should be finished with your glass, giving your body plenty of time to process the liquid before you actually close your eyes at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Before we recap everything we've covered, I want to touch on the emotional side of this journey. It is easy to feel powerless when we hear about the rising rates of dementia. It can feel like a game of Russian roulette, but the science of epigenetics and the discovery of the glymphatic system tell a different story, a story of empowerment. Your daily habits are the software that runs your hardware. By choosing to scrub your brain every night, you are taking an active role in your longevity. You aren't just a passenger, you are the driver. Small changes like this 8 p.m. glass create a compound effect. It's like cleaning a single room in your house every day. Eventually, the whole house sparkles. If you've enjoyed learning about how to keep your inner house clean, please consider sharing this video with a friend or a loved one. We often forget that the best gift we can give someone is the gift of health and a sharp mind. To wrap this all up, let's look at your brain scrubbing menu one more time. You have several powerful options to choose from at 8 p.m. for those who need more deep sleep and a natural melatonin boost. Remember the LSU study, it can add nearly 90 minutes of sleep time For those looking to lower their dementia risk by 37% and calm their nervous system, Chamomile and Apigenin. To protect your neurons and help build new synaptic connections. To actively fight the buildup of amyloid-beta plaques with the power of curcumin. Warmth and timing. Always aim for 8 p.m. to align with your circadian rhythm, and choose warm or room temperature to help lower your core body temp. The most important thing is that you start tonight. Don't wait for next Monday or when you get around to buying the ingredients. Even if it's just a plain glass of warm water tonight to start the habit of 8 p.m. hydration, take that step. Your brain has been working hard for you for decades. It has recorded every memory, learned every skill, and carried you through every challenge. It deserves a clean environment to rest in. I want to leave you with a thought. Your golden years shouldn't be a time of fading away. They should be a time of crystallization where your wisdom is sharp, your memories are clear, and your presence is fully felt by those around you. By taking care of your glymphatic system, you are preserving the very essence of who you are. You have the tools, you have the science, and now you have the plan. I'm curious, which of these drinks are you going to try first? Are you a cherry juice person, or does the golden milk sound more your style? Let me know in the comments below. I read as many as I can, and I love hearing your stories. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It tells the algorithm that senior health matters and helps us keep creating this deep dive content for you. Your health is the most valuable asset you own, and it is absolutely worth fighting for. So tonight at 8 p.m., when you stand in your kitchen, remember that you aren't just having a drink. You are turning on the faucet for your brain, washing away the old, and making room for a clear, bright tomorrow. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep taking those small steps toward a healthier you. I'll see you in the next video. Would you like me to create a printable shopping list of these brain-boosting ingredients for you?